if you're in leadership in any way, whether that's as a business owner, as an executive, or as a parent, there's probably a lot of different ways that you're being tested right now. And as we think about that, the first thing is that we hope that you and your families and the people that you care about the most are doing well, feeling healthy, feeling strong. We actually think about you in general. Even though we don't know you, we think about you on a regular basis and are hoping that everybody in your life is healthy. We also realize that because you're being tested in a lot of ways, that creates its own set of challenges. In fact, it actually reminds me of a quote from Plato, which is, the first and best victory is to conquer self. And that right there, conquering self, is probably the way that most people are being challenged today because of the unforeseen circumstances that have come at all of us. And so it's important that in conquering self, it's really looking at how do we keep our minds focused on the things that it should be focused on, right? How do we have the right mindset? How do we move ourselves in the direction that's productive, that's successful, that gets us through situations and moments like what we're in today? And so we want to share just a few things with you that'll be uplifting, but also they're going to be very tangible that you can use right now to really help get through some of these challenges, as well as build and strengthen your endurance. And so first, let's think back through. For example, you've been through challenges before. In fact, because you've been in the point in life where you're at right now, those challenges that you've overcome, you've created your own recipe for getting through those challenges. You've created your own recipe for getting through unforeseen circumstances. So just for a moment, let's go through the exercise of thinking back through some of those challenges. And I realize that's not always an easy thing to do. It's not always something we enjoy doing, but the exercise is worth it. So even if at any point you feel like you want to hit the pause button, go through the exercise or activity, and then just hit play and jump back in with us, please feel comfortable doing that. That's actually probably how you'll get the most out of what we're going to share here just in the next very quick few minutes. So with that, think back through those challenges and really think about what are the lessons that you learned from those challenges. In other words, you have some actions that you took. You had some ways of thinking that you used during those past challenges that have helped you to get to where you are today. And so write those down. That actually creates your own personal recipe for success in getting through the current circumstances of the day-to-day. And so take a moment to do that. It actually reminds me, a few months ago, I decided I was going to go ahead and run a 15K. I didn't really train for it. I just simply said, I'm just going to go do it. And I get off to a good start, and I'm feeling strong, and I'm breathing good, and I see the sign, and it says 5K, and I'm thinking, man, I'm really getting through this well. Only to realize a few steps later that actually wasn't 5K from the finish. That was only 5K into the race. And so all of a sudden I had this moment where I realized there's a whole lot more race to still run. And I would imagine that's probably how a lot of you are feeling right now. Is, we got off to a fast start. We got off to a sprint when all of this kind of came at us. And now we're beginning to realize that it's much more of a 15K than it is a sprint. And so we also want to share with you just three things, three components of how to build and strengthen your endurance. So let's dig into that. Here's the first one that we'd like to share with you to build and strengthen your endurance is, number one, remember to breathe. In other words, there are things that you can do and give yourself permission to do that will allow you to kind of rejuvenate, right, and refresh. So what are those things? Take a moment to write those down. Maybe it's just stepping away for a moment. Maybe it's getting a moment to go outside and then come back. Maybe it's a few minutes to just have some quiet time to think. Maybe it's going to read. But give yourself permission to take the opportunity to breathe and breathe well throughout the day. The second thing that we'll share with you to help you build and strengthen endurance is to understand that your pace or your cadence is important. In other words, your routine for the day has been disrupted like crazy over the last couple weeks. So it's important for you to reset, to state that plan for each and every day and really have a cadence that you follow throughout the day. So fully knowing that at various moments that's going to get thrown off, right? Because there's going to be interruptions or something's going to happen or a call will come in or you got to attend to something. But going into each day with a plan for that cadence, that routine that it's going to look like throughout the day allows you to reset anytime those interruptions come up. And so the third thing that we'll share with you to help really build and strengthen your endurance is to visualize victory. And right now, that needs to happen every day. So in other words, each morning, determine what a successful day looks like for you. In fact, a great friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine, shared with me often, to see yourself successful, to see yourself completing the tasks that you want to complete today, to see things going smoothly, to see what it is that you visualize as a victorious day for today. And each and every morning, determine what that is, see it happen before it ever plays out. And that way, you're going to have some things that are going to derail you throughout the day. They're going to try to throw off you being able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. But if you visualize it ahead of time, you have a very high likelihood that you'll actually make those things happen. And then just say, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. No matter what tries to throw me off, I'm going to make that happen, see it through. Those three things are really going to allow you to build and strengthen your endurance. Because right now, that's what we all need, especially as leaders in whatever capacity that looks like for you. We have to continue to strengthen our endurance because we're going to need it. And the thing about it is we will get through this. And we want this to be one of those moments where you look back and you go, man, there's some clues in there. I'm a better person today. I'm a better leader today. We're a better organization today. We're a better family today because of the way that we navigated through those unforeseen circumstances. We're going to look back on that, and that's what the scenario we want you to experience. So thanks for spending a little time with us. We hope this has been helpful. And my goodness, we just hope that you remain healthy and strong. And so we'll leave you with this message of just take care and stay strong.